Rightio, and welcome to this lesson in creating an inspection report. Before we can start, we need to open up our workspace. So I'm going to click on the folder icon up here, and I'm going to navigate to where I've got mine saved. So I'm going to go to Documents. I have it saved in Toolmaker's Knee 2024. I'm going to open that there. So I've got the first one, so Toolmaker's Knee 001, so that's the part number, and A00 is the inspection report that's been generated. All right, so each of you have created your own, so depending on which one you've done, I want you to open that. To open that, we're going to right click on the document that you want to open. We're going to open in PolyWorks Reviewer. Okay, and it should open up looking something like this here. I'm going to turn a few features on. I'm just going to turn on the tree. So click on this icon there. Just allows us to control a few things over there. One of the other things I'm just going to check is that my report is available. So I'm going to go to Objects, Reports, and make sure that this NM-TAFE Inspection Report Template 2024 is available there. If you don't have that, navigate to it. You should have either created a copy on your desktop, otherwise it is in the SharePoint drive, the student SharePoint drive. You've got General, CMM, PolyWorks, and there's the template. So you can either copy that to your desktop or refer to it directly from there. So if we go into here, you'll see there is the template there. I'm going to click open for that and OK. Now that I've got my template ready, I'm just going to shuffle a few things around here and get my graphics area looking the way I want this. So what I want to do is I'm going to orientate this object so that it is looking at it so I can see the three primary datums, datum A, B, and C, and that means flipping it to the back there. I can use the trider icon, and as soon as I hover over the trider icon, I get this option to select different faces. And so it allows me to spin it around basically. I'm just going to keep going until I get to this face here. And then up in the top right hand corner, as it is on mine, I can now look at it and get the isometric 3D view, looking at it with the X, Y, and Z pointing like so. Once I've got that, I can now orientate all my boxes. Remember, before you start clicking on any of them, remember you want to hold down the Alt key. You can click on it, but hold down the Alt key first before you drag any of the panels here. So I'm just going to manipulate these around so that I can get access to them. There. Just remember to let go of your Alt key, otherwise it will keep going. You may find that they will jump around on me, but I'm just going to lay mine out something like this here. You can pick the leader anchor points, and when it does that, it does tend to jump around. It is a bit clunky, but stick with it and you can actually get a reasonable layout. So I don't want to take up too much real estate on the drawing board, but I want to have enough information where I can actually manipulate these around and see enough information there. That side, right side, thickness, what's that one? Okay, so I might drag that one over this side, get it here, might actually bring that one back down. That way I can then bring dimension in a bit, bring that down there. It doesn't have to be perfect. All we just want is so that they're not crossing over each other too much. So I'm going to bring that one down and drag that to there. Drag that again. So as you can see, as I move the leader anchor point, and that, if I do move that, it does move the there. But the annoying thing is you got to move it, and then it jumps. Oh, don't do that. Alright, so I found by letting go of the Alt key, if you don't let go of the Alt key, it will jump around like it just did. So move it, let go of the Alt key, move it again if you need to, like so. I'm just going to move this right face over here. I can move that one down a bit more. I can move this dimension in a bit, and then that can come over here. I reckon that looks about right, or could look better. There. I think that will do. Doesn't matter as long as you get the nice there. I'm just going to fix this one up again because it's now overlapping that there. So datum A and datum C. Move that back to here, see if that will behave and stay where it is. So that's now got that laid out the way I want that there. So I want that in my final picture where it shows that and puts the table in. But for the initial picture, I want to reduce the clutter and reduce it down so there's only the three planes, the three primary planes, datums that are showing. And to do that, I'm just going to turn off everything else. So this is why I show the tree over here. And I've got the tree here. I've got my datum, primary datums A, B, and C showing. But if I click on the one below it, left-hand inside, if I middle mouse button click, so it's pushing the wheel down, it will hide each of these features and you'll see them disappear off the graphics area. So it's now reduced that graphics clutter there to a nice simple report, and that allows for the first one. And all I have to do for my final page, my final one, is now turn them back on. So that's why I've done it in this step. So now I'm ready. Let's move on to the next step of starting the report. So I'm going to go up to reports, and I want to create a automated report. Leave it as is. I'm just going to go create. I will get this pop-up menu pop up. Title, let's give it a title. Tool makers knee. Better put the spaces in. I'm used to smashing the words together. Press the tab key and that jumps down to the next field. Author is you, not me. This is me. So put your name in this field there. So the author is the person that's creating this report, and since you probe the component, you're also going to be the one doing the inspection. So it is going to be a replication, but if we had the situation where somebody else is compiling the report and somebody else actually probing the component, that would be two different names. One of the two are the same, but let's continue. So I'm going to apply that, and you'll see that it populates in the report. Once I've applied that, I can close that Properties Manager down. As I scroll down, you'll see that a lot of information is still missing. To get that, I need to jump into this up the top here. We got our pieces up here, but there's this little piece, properties, rubber stamp, I like to think of it, with the little blue question exclamation icon on it. I'm going to click on that, and it brings up this little browser. At the moment, it's got the pieces, so this is piece 1. You can leave it as piece 1, but what I'm going to change here is our serial number. So my serial number was A00. If yours was A1, A2, A3, or B01, B02, so forth on there. So continue on. Order number, pick a number, any number, 2024 S1 NC for night class. That will do. The operator, person inspecting it, is yourself again, not me. This is me. I'm not going to worry about email address. Let's put in the inspection arm. So it was a hexagon. Absolute arm. Model 83 there. Alright, so that's filled up that. I need to fill out some more, but that's in another part here. So this has filled out the pieces part of the metadata, and I'm just going to come back to the project there. Let's fill out the rest of the information for the project. This will be North Petro TAFE. Customer name, let's make up some fictitious name. Filthy Engineering. Product order number. Go with that same order number we made up before. 24S1NC. Part number. The part number and the drawing number are the same thing. So, and that happens to be our inspection number as well. So TMKN -00-001. The -A01, B01, so forth is the inspection or the serial number there. Part name, again, toolmaker's knee. Not smashing the words, M-A-K-E. And you can actually do the cut and paste, so Control C and Control V to get that there. I think I've deleted the other one anyway, so it's only one. And that completes entering the metadata in, so we can close that, and there we go. So that's filled out all that information down the bottom of the table. So the only thing left to do is insert our two tables and images. So here I want to do a capture, so I'm just going to click on the capture screen. Now, what we learned last week is we can actually take this little box. So instead of messing around trying to zoom in, zoom out, and get everything captured in that there, let's just bring the box in, and that there. I'm just going to open mine up deliberately just on this side, and I'll just show you what to do to fix it up inside the report. So I'm going to click capture. So if you do get this here where now the drawing is taken up and it's got this whole heap of white space, similar to what's in a Word document, you can actually crop it in the report. So I've clicked on my image here, I can right click and go crop. So that allows, and it brings up this little thing, window, and I can just bring that down. So similar to what we did just before in the graphics area, you can bring that selection window area in. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. We can fix it here in the report. Now that I've opened that up, I can drag that up. It will dock in certain locations, and again, I can open it up for maximum viewing area. So I just want to keep it inside my report area, the window, and that looks pretty good, and I can read the data. You can see most of the information I want to display, but primarily I just want my three primary datums in this image to simplify the report. We can jump on to the next part of our report, which holds the table. So I'm going to click on this little icon, but before I do that, I want to turn back on those features there. So I'm going to come back into the scene. I can middle mouse button again on each of these here, and it will turn them back on. Now, fingers crossed, they're in the same position where we left them. Look at that, it's behaving. Sweet, I'm happy with that. Now that I've turned them back on, I can come back into my report, click on page 2, so I'm now on page 2 of my report, and I can click this icon, create control view object there. So it's created an image, but it's also going to insert the table there. I'm just going to leave the control view label there as view 1, and I'm going to hit create. So that's inserted that image there, and it's brought that in. Now, we didn't get the chance to manipulate that image, but again, it's still the same. We can crop that image here. So I can right click on that and go crop, bring this in, reduce it down in size, there, get rid of this white space, and that should allow us to then bring it bigger, so then we can hopefully get a bit more detail in our thing here. Okay, drop it up there, and that has locked it in, so it does have a few snap points there. So I brought it out. Also, the other beauty of having the white space, you delete that, crop that white space, is if you do come over your report here, you've got the control view, notice how it's not covering it up there. That said though, you can right click on this and you can, where is it, send to the back. Because the table takes priority over the image, we will send that to the back. So that means that technically this table control view is sitting on top of the document there, and if it was overlapping, so to speak. But if I went too big, let's just show you what I mean. See how if I drag that down, now the table covers up this part of the image. I'm just going to put that back there, and that's now realigned that report so that it now looks a lot more professional. It's got all the data I want in there. I can hit the save button, so to save my report there. Now, final thing I need to do is, the client doesn't have Polyworks, they can't open this report up here, so what they want is a PDF. So to do that, I'm just going to click on this icon, export formatted report to PDF. There. So I'm going to give this the same name as what we have for our report. So TMKN-00-001 dot, sorry, not dot, hyphen A. For mine it was 00. If yours was A1, A01, B01, and so forth, put your number in that report there. So again, I'm just going to navigate up to my documents, locate the Toolmakers Knee directory, and I'm going to put that in there. There. I will get you to upload that document to Blackboard, but that's for another lesson. Now that I've saved it, it has popped up in my computer. I'm not sure if the student computers will pop this up automatically, but now you can actually see this formatted report. I'm just going to enable features to it there, but I can now scroll down. Yep, that's got all the things. You can hold down the control key, just zoom in on your report. That looks pretty reasonable, legible. The graphics is not too small there. I can actually see what's going on. So that completes our report for inspection of the Toolmaker's Knee.